You know what, Dee Dee? My family are going to disown me over this, but you know what, Dee Dee, I feel a little bit conned tonight because you know you've dined out on this song for at least 40 years, right? It's been synonymous with you, surely. And so I would imagine that you would have, you would have more crispness and attack in the execution of the choreography. Plus, your shoulders are riding up in holds. It was static and a little bit disjointed in places. We need to smooth it out, darling. There's a lot that I could go on with, but I don't want to overload you right now. I do love you. I really do, I'm going to hate myself in the morning.
You stayed up, mate. Honestly,
I'll
give you props for that, mate.
Jason, 3.5. That's a bit miserable.
If only that was as funny and good to watch as you are off the ice, because you've got great personality. The only problem is that came off looking like a couple that were slightly overdressed but hogging up a general skate session.
Was that you singing?
The good bits.
Well, you know what? The singing was good. So the skating.
Yes, it doesn't matter what they say. It matters what you say. And you do talk up a big talk, but you don't back it up. And you didn't back it up tonight.
She did the splits.
No, she didn't. She didn't do the splits. She had one leg out and one leg, I don't know what it was doing. But anyway, it reminded me, you know, there were moments where it felt a little bit like a French and Saunders parody.
At the beginning, you could not skate for anything, could you? You were, like, hopeless on the ice.
Finally, we have hope. James!
You do look like you're having lots of fun,
Thanks.
but you still need to work on the technique.
I sure do, yeah.
Yes.
If you did that on my street, I'd probably call the council. Because
I feel like you're a really fun guy, and I feel like the routine kind of had this element of forced fun about it. Like, you tried to choreograph in all of this, like, yeah. Just let the skating speak for itself.
what we need to do is work on your lines, certainly your arm lines. These are going to let you down because there's no fluidity in them, there's no emotion that's coming through those yet. And also, your thoracic spine is very tight, so we need to start loosening that up so that when you are in the lifts, especially the roll-up, that you're going to look absolutely...
You've heard of Jurassic Park?
what that means.
Jurassic Park, and then there's thoracic spine.
Yeah, do you know what? Google it, because I don't have time. And so roll up.
Very well
Chrissy
done.
did all right.
Let's say he's playing to his strengths.
No, I didn't spot the free turn, and I certainly didn't spot a performance. What I saw was a whole lot of cod acting at the top that then sort of disintegrated into a mess. I mean, it really was. It was uncomfortable to watch.
I enjoyed it, but I have to say that there were moments there where I feel that you're not completely in control. You've got some nice speed over the ice. You've got lots of content in there, but for instance, the lift with a rotation, it's slowed right down because you don't have the control yet.
You need to work on your core stability.
Yes, okay.
Right? That's the beginning of everything.
Jason, did he make you smile a little bit?
No.
Oh, not even a bit.
No, not even a bit. I couldn't wait for it to end.
I'm not quite comfortable watching you get. It looks like you could go at any moment.
Well, Ryan, it looks like the eagle has landed on a bit of a turkey. And that's because...
Absolutely. The day that you stepped on the ice, I thought, no way she's going to make the show at this rate.
It's a little bit safe and forgettable. You don't want that at this stage in the competition.
I think you still need to work on the basics. Your smile when you're skating, I love that. It's very infectious, and you do get into some ugly positions sometimes, and maybe that is the height difference, but you need to be able to work around that.
It started very promising. I liked the choreography, and I thought, OK, this is going to be quirky, this is going to be great. And then it just became unremarkable and typical. And that's the choreography. It's almost like it looked like you ran out of time to be intricate and put in the same sort of, the same sort of intricacies of the choreography that you started with.
First of all, that routine had a lot of two-footed skating. If you look back at it tomorrow, look how many times you're on 2 feet. You're better than that. I think the choreography doesn't showcase you enough. There's more to be done, more to see you front and leading.
It's great doing all these lifts, but we've seen them all before. Make them more interesting shapes.
But yeah, nowhere to hide next week. It's not a group, it's definitely a solo thing, so good luck.
The trouble is that you put in too much content, especially if you're doing stuff that is in unison and it is out of sync. That's not great. So make sure that the lines are in unison and that they are in sync with one another where they're meant to be. And if you're going to do lifts, jumps and turns, then you have to make them look impressive or leave them out. Do what you're capable of to a high level.
I would like to see more skating in it, more steps, and not on 2 feet.
Overall, I think actually you all should have stayed on the podium because that was where you did your best work.
Do you know, sometimes I wish we just hadn't have asked.
He just can't help himself, can he?
It's the truth. Honestly, you need to really pick it up because, Brian, if you are trying to skate James, you've really got a lot of work ahead of you.